Yes, good afternoon, children. Welcome to the 8th class. I hope you're all doing fine. So, I sent you one video regarding the chapter What is Science. But I will also, once in a while, or let's say after full chapter, I'll make a short video for 10 minutes and I'll try to explain all that content in those 10 minutes. So, let us now then start the 8th class with a subject called as biology. So as you can see till 6th class, even though you had 7 subjects, you had, let's say, general knowledge that added up to your 7 subjects. Now if you see, your science has been divided into 2 parts. So one is biology, the other one will be physics and chemistry, both of them together in one textbook only. Both of them together in one textbook only. Now biology and physics and chemistry together broadly they actually belong to the subject of science. Even social is science, mathematics is also science. So science is a broad subject. Now biology, what does this mean? Biology is actually the word derived from Greek language. Okay, this word is derived from Greek language. Bios, the meaning of bios is living, and logos, logos meaning is knowledge. Logos meaning is knowledge. So biology is the subject where we study about or where we try to get the knowledge about living things. And you all know from your childhood what are living things. Any organism or anything on the earth which is taking birth, which will grow in size and which will finally die is a living thing. So when I say living things, what all it will include? It will include plants, it will include animals, it will also include something called as microorganisms, which we will study in 2nd and 3rd chapters as well. Plants, you all know, animals and microorganisms. So that is in some general introduction about what is biology. So biology is generally what we are going to study about ourselves, plants. Now, what is physics and chemistry? Even though it is biology class, let us try to understand a little bit about physics and chemistry. Now what is physics? Physics is the science about, you see, understanding the phenomenon happening around us, the pressure, temperature, and not only the phenomenon, how that phenomenon is measured, how it is measured, how it is calculated, the instruments, the machines that all are adding up to your technology which we are using now. Cell phone is again is electronic. Then any electrical thing, current, all this is part of physics, and all the machines that are used to make them. Then we study physics. Now what you study in chemistry? Chemistry is about knowledge of atoms, molecules, or how these atoms, because this universe, entire universe, space, earth, all the planets, they are made up of atoms. And these atoms react with one another. There is reaction going on. So when you study about all these chemical reactions, how they happen and what are reacting with who, that parts the form of chemistry. So again, as I told you, both of them together in a broader sense, they are science subjects, but to have some knowledge of what is happening daily. So we are eating, we are doing respiration, then plants are growing, we are eating these fruits, we are growing animals, so it forms a different. Again, if you look at this biology subject, or each subject, physics or chemistry, they are again having many branches. So they will be divided into many branches, means again many topics are there. So as you go into higher studies, you'll be studying about each topic in more detail. So let us now keep it short and just try to understand what this biology means. Bios means living things in Greek language, and logos means knowledge. So physics is about the phenomenon, the process that are happening around us with respect to the machines and how the machines are made using the physics knowledge. Then chemistry is about knowledge about atoms and molecules. Now this biology, who was the first scientist to say something like we should call this subject as biology, whichever is, talking about living things and their behavior always. So Aristotle is called as father of biology. Aristotle is called as father of biology. You should remember this for your knowledge, as well as you're all children who write entrance exams or some competitive exams. Aristotle is considered as father of biology. Now your first topic in this biology subject is what is science. See, they're not saying what is biology, they're saying what is science. Now science means the ability. What ability? The ability to think, ability to understand, ability to ask questions, ability to observe, ability to reason, and ability to plan and conduct experiment. That is all science. That means you don't need to worry, sir, we need to do so many things. Yes, it is very simple process and you are doing this every day. When you get a doubt that when you switch on a switch, the fan is rotating. When you think that how the small seed is able to grow into a big tree, all this kind of observations. Then curiosity, we can also add the word curiosity. Curiosity का मतलब हो गया कैसे మనలో ఆ కోరిక కలగడం ఎట్లా జరుగుతుంది, ఎట్లా అవుతుంది, how this is going to happen. If you get that kind of thoughts about any scientific thing you observe, how this bench is made into this shape, sir, what is making the touch process on the cell phone, sir, or why lightning is coming in the sky. So many things you observe, common things around your nature. Sir, how the rice which my mother is putting as grains is converted into soft form of the rice after cooking. Such kind of thinking. So you need to think. So science is all about understanding, observing. First you have to observe what is happening. Then you need to think. You need to ask questions to yourself, to your friends, and to your teachers about that process. And when you know all the things and you want to try something new, always you have to plan and conduct experiment. This is the last stage. Planning and conducting experiment will only come at the last. First you need to learn, we need to study, we need to understand, we need to ask questions, know the answers for it, not question and answers of textbook. Why a process is happening, why plants cannot move from one place to another place, why humans are able to move, why humans will become old, and why plants are able to live for many years. Like this, if you start thinking about all these things, that forms the part of your subject called as science. So science is always about thinking. Science is always about thinking, reasoning, knowing new things, trying to plan a new experiment and try to do new experiment. That is what is all science about. So for example, let us say you want to prepare or you want to cook rice. You want to prepare or you want to cook rice at home. So you sort of observed your mother cooking rice at home. Now what you want to do it yourself. So what you do is usually you take a tumbler of rice grains. You take a tumbler of rice grains, and maybe you are adding now. You see 3 tumblers of water to this. So 1 tumbler of rice grain plus 3 tumblers of water. Then what will happen after you put it on the stove? What is happening is you will get rice that is completely pasty. Because usually what happens is it is 1:2 ratio. 1 tumbler of rice to 2 tumblers of water. But you didn't know, you added this, and what happened? Now you can conclude that means you can think. Okay, I added more water, maybe I should add less water. So what happens next time? You will correct that. You see, that is a part of science. Knowing, understanding, reasoning. Okay, I made a mistake by adding more water. Now I will reduce the amount of water. So you are planning, you are conducting the experiment. Next time when you add in this ratio, what is happening? You are having a properly cooked rice. So science is about all such things. So science means trying to know and understand, observe. You have to learn first the process. You have to know, you have to get the knowledge. For that you need to know how to read. Reading is also important part of science. Okay, so I shall stop here because I told I'll make small videos. In next video I'll try to summarize the entire chapter. Okay, chalo, bye.